For those of you that are new, welcome back to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I'm going to perform a psychic reading for you guys today. So we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to say the prayer first, and then we will do the contract. So I'd like to call upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit, along with Jesus Christ and any other ascended masters that feel that they want to interact with us today. We're also calling upon our guardian angels, our ancestors, and our highest team of light and resonance to be here with us now. I would specifically like to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Sachiel, Archangel Uriel, and Archangel Ariel to please protect us and block out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth, or impact me in any way, and the highest wisdom to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor, Most High, I would like to ask that you continue to give me the full armor of God for protection during my life's mission and work here on the earth. I am eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love and support. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and the glory goes to you. And thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles. In your holy name, Lord my God, I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence, and I meditate upon your divine will. Amen. Okay, so now we're going to do the legal disclaimer. So by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled, please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, no sending the evil eye, no energy harvesting, no copywriting of my messages. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted by God and the Holy Spirit, so don't steal messages from them. Okay. Amen. I mean, that wasn't a prayer, but still amen to that. Thank you, whoever came in here and liked the video. I really appreciate you. Welcome in, Sharon. Yes, all is well. So we are going to be using today the Light Seers Tarot. The book just fell out. The Light Seers Tarot. I've actually never used this deck before, but it's been sitting on my little tarot thing for a minute, and I like the picture, so we're going to work with it. So I hope you guys are having a good day or evening or night whenever you get to watching this video. I do feel like we should play the throat chakra bowl because there is some type of resistance energy I'm picking up on. Okay. Yeah, that does feel better. All right. So I guess something in the energy, I don't even want to say it's a somebody yet, but it could be something, is trying to restrict somebody's throat chakra. You're welcome. Yeah, somebody was trying to restrict somebody's throat chakra. I'm not for sure why. I'm hearing punishment. Somebody was trying to punish you. I don't know when people are going to learn that it's not anybody's job to punish anybody. And this is not talking about like if you have to ground your kids for not doing the chores. Also, the background sounds you're hearing is the YouTube channel called Chakra Vibrations. It's another channel that the guy that does healing vibrations, which I always use his videos because they're the best. It does alchemy with the singing bowls and the sound baths. And so that's what you're hearing in the background, which is, to block out, because we have a lot of construction going on over here. And so, yeah, I don't want you to be hearing bang, bang, and the building shaking and all that stuff, because they're building right next to us. So whoever this person that we're talking about, again, I always want to focus the reading more on you guys, but it seems like some people show up in your guys' energy, and then if they didn't want to get read, like they would not they should stop showing up in your energy. See, the Eight of Swords, somebody is feeling extremely restricted, or they're going into either isolation, a mental institution, or they're being restricted. See how this girl is sitting there like that? She's looking, and she's not even actually looking at her reflection, but her reflection is showing that basically she's bound. And I don't know what's up with those birds like that, being like a crow or a raven, which we know represent death. But the Eight of Swords usually talks about imprisonment. So this person could be feeling like they're restricted from speaking the truth, so they don't want you speaking the truth. The Page of Wands. This is somebody that feels like they're meant to express themselves for a profession. Okay. Well, now that we know that, but this is could be a younger energy. They're either really immature or they're in the energy of being younger. So why is this coming up? Why are they restricted? I guess this person's being restricted because they tried to restrict you in the spirit. And I don't think it worked, though. Whatever they tried to do doesn't feel like it worked. A Five of Cups. Yeah, whatever they did, they're extremely dissatisfied with the fact that they weren't able to open some type of portal. It's a no. They're having to walk away with lots of regrets, being very disappointed. And this person knows that your destiny is greater than theirs. I hate to say shit like that, but this person's coming to the understanding that the reason that they're being restricted and losing is because of the actions that they took, not because of anything that you did. Like, you did not curse or hex this person. I feel like this person is telling doctors and other people that you're doing witchcraft on them. You're not. I don't know who this could be to you, but they're seriously upset. They're like really upset, to the point where they're telling their therapist that the reason that they can't heal from their childhood traumas because you exist. I feel like this person's therapist have written down notes, and this person's therapist is waiting for this person to say, I just noticed in this picture that there are singing bowls. That's a singing bowl. That's a singing bowl. That's a singing bowl. And the one on her foot, that's all a singing bowl. That is wild. But this person's therapist is realizing that they have an obsession with your energy, and that they're obsessed with trying to blame you for something that you are not to blame for. If this person's cursed, it's because of what they've done to themselves. It has nothing to do with you. Welcome in, Shaman Maria. I love the mermaid. That is so cute. And the sea otter. I love that. Such playful energy. So basically, we're dealing with somebody that feels restricted. This could be a false tarot reader or something like that, or a false practitioner. They feel restricted from expressing themselves and being themselves because you're in existence and you're already fulfilling your destiny. The amount of spell work that this person does is like crazy. I don't know how they have time for anything else. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't have time for anything else. You can always make time to meditate. This person would really benefit from meditation, from exercise. Doesn't have to be extreme exercise, but just even getting out and walking. They would also benefit from, loving themselves. I feel like that's where we have to all start. Wow, this just flew out like that. The Ten of Swords in the reverse. So this person was trying to bring a whole bunch of negative change into your life, and it's a no. In fact, I'm going to look at the Ten of Swords in this one, in this deck, and read the reverse meaning of it, because I do feel like it's significant for some reason. 10 of Swords in the upright is all about betrayal. And so this person says that they're not facing their problems. Okay, so this is what it means in reverse. It says that they're not facing their problems and their problems won't go away on their own. Like I said, this person may be going into a mental institution. They will need the courage to overcome them. A long period of trouble and suffering ends with courage and hard work. Like I said, this person needs to go within. They're in an intellectual rut, open themselves to new ideas, look out for ways to stretch their imagination. The answers to their problems are inside them. So somebody doesn't want to go within. They don't want to look at the fact that we all create our realities with our thoughts and our beliefs, and we are responsible for what we go through. We choose the trauma that we're going to experience, so then we can go, oh, good, you're outside with your dog again. Yeah, give him a pet for me. So yeah, this person is not facing up to the truth, and I feel like they're a little bit delusional. And I guess there's like some amount of delusion that is not harmful, but this amount of delusion where somebody thinks they're going to play God in your life, or that they're going to take the spot of God in your life, that's weird to me. You've got somebody that's so obsessed with your path that they won't even look at their own. It's like they're too busy looking at yours. The Queen of Swords. This is definitely somebody that you had to say no to, or you had to cut off in the past. And I think that you're going to hear today about this person's karma. That's too many cards, Spirit, of this person's karma, because you cutting them off, you were like their lifeline. You guys were this person's lifeline. And you cutting them off basically cut their lifeline. And so this person keeps dwelling on the fact that they think that you are to blame. But it's you calling your energy and your power back to you. If that is cutting somebody off, then that's what it has to be. Like, you know what I mean? This person's blaming you for shit that's not your fault. It's not your fault that this person's in trouble with the police. It's not your fault that they lied and expressed themselves in a way that has caught them in regret now. And it's not your fault that they can't face their problems. You know that the answer to any problem is within you. That's why you guys are the High Priestess, even though that card hasn't come out yet. It will. The Queen of Wands. This is somebody that was very much feeling like they were a witch, that they were powerful, that they could express maybe divine prophecy and cause doom and gloom and regret for other people. This person thought that they had a lot of spiritual abilities that they just don't have. And the Queen of Wands energy, this person was an active witch practitioner person. They're finding out that God is real by seeing your experience. And I feel like maybe this person doesn't want to do witchcraft anymore. Maybe they want to instead do what you do. But like I said, when people just use their abilities to express themselves and to heal others, that's somebody that's a healer. Somebody that works with the properties of herbs and the body, that's somebody that's a healer. I would even call it holistic healing. But somebody that is working with spells and incantations and shit, that person, and somebody that's using their gifts in a way that could hurt and harm other people or themselves, that's a witch. That's where I draw my line between who is who and who's doing what. And this person was using witchcraft, and that's one reason why they're in trouble. It's not all the reason why they're in trouble, but it is one very important reason why they're in trouble. The devil. They were doing this witchcraft crap. I actually really like this picture, but I want you to see how the devil is puppeting that person that's in grief. This devil energy has got somebody straight up grieving. And it's this person that is being restricted, and they're being restricted because, first of all, the witchcraft has made them insane. Secondly, it's brought about a bunch of death and limitations and endings. Jeez. And this person is literally blaming you because you cut them off, even though they know that they're connected to the devil energy. That is extremely self-centered. For somebody to want you to lower your vibration and to accept their toxic behavior because they don't want to say no to the devil, they're too weak. That's crazy. The Eight of Wands. This person was really trying to go to the crossroads with this devil energy and make shit happen. And because they were denied by whatever deity, devil, demon, whatever, they're denied by the universe their request. This person's basically throwing a temper tantrum. And this is one reason why you cut them off, because the moment that they don't get what they want, they go right to the police. They go right to being a fucking weirdo, crazy person that nobody wants to deal with. Very demonic energy. They go right to casting spells and casting illusions. This is why you cut this person off. You're like, okay, I just don't need that. I don't need shit going on in the background all the time. It's like, literally, this person wants you to believe confirmation. This person wants you to believe that they're there for you, but they're there to hurt you. They were never there for you. And so this energy is not even coming nigh thy dwelling. Six of Pentacles. All they want to do is they want to be that upper hand that gives you what you receive. This person has a problem with trying to control other people. They do this all of the time. They're always obsessed with trying to control people. And this is why it's them that's about to be controlled indefinitely with going into jail, the first card. And you cut this person off right on time, because they were going to try to involve you in something illegal or immoral. And the fact that you were on, and I'm getting specifically social media, the fact that you were on, yeah, what the fuck, they're not God, exactly. The fact that you were on social media at the time that this person was trying to impersonate you to create a crime or do some stupid shit, you were actually seen and noted by people that you were on social media at that time doing, and it's something where you couldn't be in two places at one time doing two different things. That's just not possible. And so I feel like this person feels very foolish. They feel like they've been set up by the devil, and maybe they have been. They shouldn't have had this intention for you in your life, though. And then maybe they wouldn't be feeling set up like this. Death and rebirth. So literally, this is probably one of the coolest death cards that I've ever seen. This person is experiencing an ending to their financial security. They're not going to have the upper hand, and they're not going to be able to breadcrumb you with your own energy. This is a death and rebirth. They're having a serious ending come to them. This is why you just don't, it's just safer not to fuck with the devil. Even if you don't love God, messing with the devil is just too dangerous. It's dangerous because people think that this devil energy is loyal to them because they offer up fried chicken and cigarettes or some stupid shit like that, not realizing that the devil is not loyal to anything except for the devil. The devil is loyal to the devil, not to anybody else. Okay, these are the ones that fell. Hopefully that was all. Can we get, these are beautiful cards. I really like this. The Two of Pentacles. Okay, so you're going to be receiving some good news in the mail. It could be about an inheritance. It could be about a will. It could be about, a new offer. You're going to be receiving a document that's going to put an end to this person's, and if this was crimes being committed in your name, you may receive something from the courts telling you that something had occurred with your identity, and now it's being restored, or you're basically being vindicated. The Six of Swords. This is like somebody losing a court case. That is somebody losing a court case. Whatever this battle was, it's an ending to it. They're not going to be able to take you to court. The police know who actually committed the crime. And that's why I feel like this person is going to, when they go to court, they're going to have an option to do right by themselves and like either go to a mental institution and get help, or they're going to have to go to jail. They're going to be restricted no matter what. The Seven of Swords. Don't run with knives. The Seven of Swords. Look at that. More death. So again, the Six of Swords to the Seven of Swords. And we're going to read the Seven of Swords card because I want you guys to understand why it's saying that. And I want greater clarity as to why this person keeps trying to run away from their flippin' problems and throw you under the bus, thinking that they're going to get away with this shit. And they never, ever actually get away with it. It's kind of weird to me. It's kind of weird to me. But like, if I were to do the same thing over and over again, and then it to be not successful, see how he's running with knives. If I were, I would literally stop. This person has not stopped. So yeah, many choices confront them, but only one is correct. All others bring disaster. This person's running away from decisions, problems, and commitments. It's making everything worse. Their first instinct is to try to do everything by themselves because they think that they're God. And we are all God, but we're not God. We're God in our life. We're not God in somebody else's life. And the Most High God, the source, is the God that has dominion. Okay. And it's within all of us. So yeah, very selfish, and they're bringing shame, dishonor to them. I didn't say that in the cards, but that's what I'm picking up. Like, this person's family has told them to stop obsessing over you, and that it's time to move on, and that you're not to blame for why this person has mental health problems, why they're experiencing ending, why this man left this woman or this woman left this man is not your fault. Like, you have nothing to do with it, basically. Other than the fact that somebody wants your affection and attention, this person, no, they wanted your destiny. That's a little bit different. And running away from their own destiny, and they've created a humongous, big spiritual mess. The Page of Cups. They're over here like wanting to bring you some type of strange offer. And this is all they'll ever be, is a fishy offer, something that doesn't make sense. And I'm not trying to be rude, but that's all this person's ever going to be, is a Page of Cups. Somebody that has bullshit to offer you, shit that you do not want, a fishy offer from an immature person who's extremely materially focused and fake. And it's like, yeah, this person will do right by you. You see that in the corner, when pigs fly. When pigs fly, you'll see this person do right by what they said. And so it's never going to happen. Justice. Like, literally, it's never going to happen. You are receiving justice. I love this picture. Do you guys see the two women, the one above and the one below? That one and that one, and it's balancing the scales, as above, so below. I love that. So you are receiving justice. And this person having to go into a mental institution to get off of whatever substance this is that they're on. I'm hearing the name Jennifer. I'm also hearing Jenny, Jacqueline, Jamie, Jessica. I'm hearing also somebody's name be Hatfield, or maybe that's like a last name. And then I'm hearing Judas. This person was being a Judas to you. Yeah, this justice picture is awesome. Seriously. This person was being a Judas to you. So they basically were coming in to just kiss you on the cheek and betray you. And they were trying to do this with some type of authority. And the authority hasn't even come out yet, other than the justice system, which is basically the legal system. So maybe this person feels like by you cutting them off, you took away their protection. It was never their protection. It was your protection. If the protection went with you when you walked away from this person, then it was your protection. You didn't strip anybody of anything. This person really wants to believe that. The Lovers, you didn't take anybody again. And if let's say that this person's blaming you for taking their man. They're blaming you for a man that you did not take, that you do not want, and that you want nothing to do with. They're blaming you for this person still being in love with you. That's psychotic and crazy as shit. And you could have this justice could be this lover coming in. Again, this person's carrying so many burdens. I feel like they need to go in, they need to either be put in jail or go into the mental institution to get better. And then this person maybe will not be obsessed with you, but they need to stay away from this masculine energy from y'all's past, whoever this person is, or feminine energy. This energy from y'all's past turns their brains insane and makes them basically eggs them on to attack you, like says shit like, oh, she's cursing us. No, the fuck you're not. You're not. There's no practitioner that's agreeing that you're cursing anybody. And if you have to cuss somebody out, that's not cursing them, okay? This person actually tried to speak something into existence. That's why my throat chakra is like murr, 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 just opening and closing. See, for you to have a peaceful love relationship without this psychotic person, it's not to be with this person that just left this female energy. That person is not your person. You have something else coming in that's better. An Ace of Cups from the universe. Love that's coming from the universe, literally. And this could be a spiritual marriage that's very highly like a kingdom spouse type situation. This person does not want the person that they were with to be with you. But again, they need to grow up. Okay. They seriously need to grow up. The Seven of Wands. Yeah. See, you're mastering your own power. You have called your energy and pulled your energy back completely. You have completely pulled your energy back from this person. And you're like creating that inner zen, a bubble of light around you. See how she's sitting in like a bubble of protection? Like literally, you're taking this energy that's been thrown out into the ethers about you and you're doing something with it to create more protection, which I love that concept. Being able to transmute something that was a lower vibration to the new. The Three of Pentacles, you've also got literally a beautiful collaboration here, people that are working together and a soul tribe community. You got people that support your work and that want to see you succeed. And so trust me, if you're feeling disliked or hated, know for a fact that there are way more people that love you than don't like you. Than the people that don't like you. And this person possibly does love you. They have a love-hate relationship for you. They became obsessed with your energy. I don't know how it happened, but they did. They became obsessed. The Tower. And so they're in the Tower because all they have to offer is a bull is some shit that's never going to happen when pigs fly. Like this is a natural tower. Not every tower that we see is going to be a negative one, but this one is very destructive because this person was actually abusing their power. So that's why their tower is getting struck down. I feel like this person knows that the reason that they're being punished by the justice system is because they tried to do something unlawful to you when you have done nothing to them. And the police see that you have done nothing to egg this person on, to provoke them, that all of this was unwarranted. Queen of Pentacles, all you're doing is living your life and surviving and being successful and having money. And this person wants to take your life for that, because they don't want you to be with this man that they want. This is all about a divine masculine energy that walked away from this karmic person. Wow, I don't know what that glitch was, but that was creepy. But yeah, they walked away from this person. And this person doesn't want to hear about themselves. That's why they keep asking the tarot readers to read your energy, because they don't want to know about their own life. They know they should, though. They should want to know that poverty is on its way, that prison is on its way, that regret is here. They should want to know these things, but they don't want to go within. With the Seven of Swords, they're afraid of going within themselves. The Nine of Cups, you're over here being so happy with all of your wishes fulfilled, jumping for joy, that you're going to continue to exist. Your life is not going to be stopped because somebody had an opinion about you that was not favorable. This person believes that you shouldn't be favored by God. And I don't know why. They're a total Jezebel spirit. You're dealing with a Jezebel that's gone insane. And Jezebel has driven this woman to go insane, to do all sorts of desperate measures to try to keep this divine masculine from you. And God is most likely going to bring this person to you anyways. But yeah. And you may not even have a relationship with them. You just may link up with them and link up in the spirit realm. So again, King of Pentacles, because he's a King of Pentacles. This woman has lost a source of income to you. And so they feel her and whatever spirit she works with feels like, you guys match each other's energy, and that I feel bad for Jezebel, to be honest. Jezebel causes women to be so desperate to do all of these crazy things. This person thinks that they're like a empress or some shit, and no, they're not. This is not a divine person. This person's been losing their entire life. Why would they all of a sudden think that just because they linked up with the divine masculine that they're a divine person? That's not how divinity works. You can't sleep with somebody and become divine. People need to really be realistic. Like, let's be realistic. It's through going through spiritual experiences and what you do based with your choices and yourself based upon that. And yes, we are divine. We are born divine. But some people, instead of following a divine path, they choose a physical one that is karmic. And that's what we're dealing with here. Somebody that's extremely karmic. Knight of Pentacles. That is very interesting. See, she's already sleeping with somebody else. This is what I don't understand people like this. They're so upset about this man that they're cheating on coming to you. They're, obsessed that this person, they're obsessed, they're in fear. They keep checking your social media and their social media to see if you are with this person. You're not with this person. Not this person. You could be with another person that also matches your energy or is an emperor, but not whoever this Jezebel energy is obsessed with destroying. She is obsessed with, as much as she's obsessed with you, she is obsessed with destroying your divine masculine or a divine masculine. And this is all because you're the high priestess. See, this person, this woman, I don't want to call her a woman, this deranged female energy. She has believed her entire life that she was the high priestess. Okay. That's what she's believed her entire life. But now, since her masculine energy, the masculine energy that we're talking about, the divine masculine, has become aware of you, this female energy thought that they were getting away with deceiving this Knight of Pentacles they're sleeping with and the King of Pentacles, which is the divine masculine that matches your energy. They thought that they were the divine feminine. They thought that they were the high priestess. And I believe that this masculine energy also thought that this person was the high priestess, but they're not. They're karmic. They found out the hard way that they're karmic. And this woman's looking at you, seeing you being a divine being, and it's driving her crazy with jealousy and envy and spite. And she's trying to do all this witchcraft to become a divine being up under the moon, not listening to nature as nature's screaming out for her to stop this crap, because you can't do moon magic is not going to make you divine. I don't know what type of demon or devil told somebody this, but that is ridiculous. That doesn't even make any sense if you break it down and think about it. And the devil doesn't make anybody divine. People fucking know that. This woman is unaware that she thinks that she has punked the devil, that she has completely tricked Mr. Shaitan over here, when Mr. Shaitan has been puppeting her the entire time. So that's the difference. Oh, Abi, what just went on your phone? Wow. Oh my gosh. It's like hearing my voice. That's so cool. The 10 of Wands, like I said, she's carrying a lot of burdens. I mean, technically it's this oxen that's carrying her burdens, but she could drop all of this shit that she doesn't need and leave it behind. Like in the last reading I was doing, I was talking about how the 10 of wands is like going and buying 10 or 15 Louis Vuitton travel bags, and then you fill it up with a bunch of baggage that you have to carry with you, and then complaining because somebody else is walking around with just a backpack. You know what I mean? It's like they didn't have to accumulate all of this baggage, and they could have healed at any point through their path with their free will choices, but they're carrying a lot of burdens. And this Knight of Pentacles could be somebody that's in jail, or they're in some type of purgatory. I feel like this female energy wants this Knight of Pentacles to step up and carry these burdens for her, but it's never going to be somebody's job in the relationship. Oh, I love that. It's never going to be somebody's job in their relationship to carry another person the entire way. And this female energy wants this masculine energy to carry her burdens the entire way. And this masculine just doesn't want to do it anymore. I mean, if you had somebody that was constantly just burdening you, and I'm not trying to be mean, like saying that they're completely a burden, but this person has many burdens and they're not willing to release that. All they have to do is drop the baggage and walk away. But instead they keep picking it up and talking about it again and keeping it relevant. And so that's why they can't let go of it, because they don't want to let go of it, which they should, because if it's too much to carry, then it's too much to carry. Let go of it. The 10 of Cups, you're over here in your rainbow stage, literally dreaming of a beautiful life, living your life, and being happy. And I love that there's singing bowls in all of these pictures almost. So she intuitively knows as well. Something within her is telling her that you are celebrating and that you're in your winning phase. It's your time to shine, and that you're receiving everything that you desire, which is true. You guys are. Absolutely. Absolutely, you guys are. The Ace of Swords. Look at this protection. I'm seeing like what is it called? The Solfago frequency. Oh, I probably butchered that. But it's like a spiral frequency. The Ace of Swords. This person tried to remove your protection. They also tried to do something to get the downloads to leave your mind and come to them. No, these intuitive downloads that you receive when you're resting and when you're outside, those are meant for you. They're not meant, like this person wouldn't understand the download. So it's pointless for them to try to access your downloads when they wouldn't understand the messages, if that makes sense. The bee understands what I'm talking about. Judgment. See, I do feel like anytime we try to put ourselves or anybody else up under judgment, we're basically, it's one thing to call judgment on something that's not fair, but I don't feel like people have the right to judge other people when they're doing things that are considered abominations. I just don't. It's like that saying of not casting the first stone or whatever. Jesus said something about that, like, oh, the one without sin should be the one that casts the first stone. I don't think even whether you sin or not, nobody should be throwing rocks at each other. But this is the type of person that throws rocks, cries wolf, and then hides their hand. They're always trying to put other people up under this heavy ass judgment, but they're never looking at themselves. And so they don't see this judgment coming. And this judgment is not a negative judgment. It's just God assessing this person's energy and their actions. And this person thinks that you're going to be the one that's judged in court, and you're not going to court. And if you do go to court, you receive something in the mail, it's going to work out in your favor. Whoever this person is that's been doing witchcraft for over 10 plus years, they have to answer for what they've been sending out into the universe with getting the shit back. And it may look to them like it's judgment that's being cast upon them, and it could be, but it's more of what you send out and what you do to other people will come back to you eventually. And this person did not anticipate that first of all, this person did not anticipate that you would ever stand up for yourself, that you would ever say no to them, that you would allow. This person did not anticipate you fighting back or you returning their energy to them. So they feel like the universe is judging them, and you could have I don't even think you did a return to sender spell or anything like that. I just feel like you could have been like, this energy that I'm feeling, that's not mine. It needs to go back to whoever it belongs to. And it's coming back to this person in the form of judgment. And so they are feeling like you're doing something and you're not. You're literally not doing anything. You calling your energy and your power back to you and not accepting other people's burdens, because this is somebody that wants to they're always trauma dumping on somebody. And the definition of trauma dumping is basically when somebody comes up to you and you're good energy and they drop all of their trauma onto you, and then you give some positive advice and then they walk away feeling better, but then you feel brought down because of all the shit that they just said. And these people are unknowingly doing this because they want to be relieved of their burdens, but instead of going within and healing. And you could say to this person, if they were to confront you and try to trauma bond or trauma dump on you, you could say, I'm not in the correct space to process what you're talking about right now. I really think it would benefit if you talk to a therapist or somebody that's qualified to counsel you on that. You know what I mean? Because when you have people that just want to drop all of their crap off on you and take that's a psychic vampire. That's an energetic exchange. And it's like you're wanting to be the bigger, better person, but you don't want to compromise your energy ever. And allowing somebody to continue going on and on about their traumas and everything they've been through and how they're so hurt and broken. That's not doing anything helpful for you. Unless you have a similar wound within you, then it could be triggering that to come up so you could heal from that. But other than that, I would stop. I would find a way to stop people in their tracks when they start to trauma dump, and just say, I'm just not in the space to where I can process that. And that way people will at least understand where you're coming from, rather than you having to just listen to like hours and hours of complaining or whatever. And I do feel like there's a lot of projection going on here with this person. They're projecting what they're going through and they feel like they're being judged. So they're trying to project that onto you. The Nine of Swords, this person is really crying over you. They're like crying that this judgment is not ruling out in their favor. They're crying that they're being found out to be a fraud. And they're also crying because they've done everything with their witchcraft abilities to hurt and harm you, to disturb your sleep, and to mess with your intuitive abilities. And none of it's worked. And so they feel like they felt powerless before they started doing witchcraft, but since they've been doing witchcraft, they feel even more powerless now because they can't control what's been put out. And this person knows that you're not going to be held responsible for the crimes or whatever fraud or whatever the burdens that they're carrying that they won't let go of. You're not going to be responsible for their trauma, and you're not going to be responsible for their actions or deeds either, or their crimes. Like you're not going to answer for what somebody else that you don't even like really know this person like that. You cut them off. You're not going to be responsible for that, for anything that they've done in your name. This person was just trying to use you as a decoy so that if the police ever came looking for who it was, that they would be directed to you, because this person was trying to impersonate you, but they're not you. They don't have your energetic signature. This person is using their phone, their IP address. It has nothing to do with you. There's none of the evidence of this crime that's been committed online or whatever, and cyberbullying and crap like that. There's no evidence that points to you. It points to them. And so for them trying to be a tattletale and try to tell on you for, being intuitive, you're protected from this person. Your mind is protected. It may benefit you to listen to the solfego frequency. Okay. It's like a Schumann resonance or something like that. That may benefit you while you're sleeping, because this person seems to do a lot of stuff during the nighttime. They do a lot of heavy projection. The Knight of Cups, they're sleeping. Also, this person shares their energy sexually with a lot of different masculine energies. So they do have some type of attachment. There is a Knight of Cups that has made an offer to this woman, but she wants your divine masculine. She doesn't want this Knight of Pentacles or Knight of Cups energy, because she knows that your divine masculine is in the wheel and that you are the wheel. And I feel like this divine masculine energy is realizing that if they don't have you, then they're not going to be able to access this Wheel of Fortune. And they'll never access the Wheel of Fortune if they're connected to this hoe. The Five of Swords. Yeah, this is like really being bent out of shape. Somebody is definitely bent out of shape. Definitely looking behind them going, shit, why did I do that? Because you're a Queen of Cups, a nurturer. See, like people. Okay, I was listening to this thing yesterday, and there was this guy that his name was Trick Daddy. He was being interviewed on some type of platform, and he was saying that he doesn't date women that are over 35 because we're damaged and goods and whatever, like shit like that. And so just the females that were reacting to this, it was hilarious. You do listen to Solfego stuff. Awesome. So yeah, it was hilarious, but it gives me that vibe of, this masculine energy could have been on some type of shit like that. They really thought that this other person had the aesthetic that they wanted, but they're realizing that the longer that they fuck up their own destiny by not, and you could have counseled this person to walk away from this female that you cut off. Like you could have counseled somebody as well. There's a whole lot of messages coming through this about who this person could be. But yeah, you could have counseled a masculine energy to walk away from this person. And since they have walked away, they've been winning in the King of Pentacles and in the Wheel. You know what I mean? Oh, last night you listened to Neville Goddard. Yeah, he's a very good writer while you're sleeping. And you recommend him and his voice especially. Thank you for that. Yeah, he's awesome. So you're this Hierophant energy. You have an access to the divine, an access point. People know that when you speak, whatever is being said is what's going on, and it will happen. They can just sense it, that there's no bullshit. I feel like there's somebody that loves you so much and they are searching for you. This King of Pentacles energy but they need to come towards you once they have gotten completely separated from this karmic, because this karmic, if this masculine energy sleeps with this karmic again, something bad might happen, because she's sleeping with a Knight of Pentacles, and a Knight of Cups. The Knight of Wands, literally. So yeah, like it was all fun and games. It was all fun and games until somebody actually got hurt with this hoodoo voodoo shit. And it wasn't you that got hurt. There's also a Knight of Wands energy. Like that is crazy to me. Okay, is there anything else that we need to know about this jealous person, Spirit? Or about this masculine energy for the collective? Is there anything else that collective needs to know? Well, you are the true divine feminine in the situation. That's one thing. The Two of Swords. This person is blinded by their own hatred. Their hatred for you has completely blinded them from being able to actually see the truth, that them being up beating on this drum and conjuring whatever the fuck with this Knight of Wands energy, that's what they've done. That's completely blinded them and blocked their path. And they're stuck in some type of intellectual rut. I feel like they're stuck in some type of desert energy. It gives me that feeling of like desert. The Fool in the reverse, the Ace of Pentacles. So this person, okay. And then we have the King of Cups. The Fool in the reverse, we're gonna read what that says, because this is like, seriously, somebody knew what they were doing. They knew what the hell they were doing. I think it's so funny that people will act all surprised when shit hits the fan, but they knew what they were shoveling shit into the ceiling the entire time. It is like absolutely insane to me that people react this way to the consequences of and butterfly effect of their own creation. It is like, oh my God, we're all creating our own realities with our thoughts and our beliefs. But yeah. I mean, the Fool in the reverse is somebody that knows what they're doing. They're very childlike. Okay, they still have much to learn. Worry and fear blocks their positive action. Don't submit to others' rules and demands to conformity. This person does not want to submit to whatever this imprisonment or mental institution is. It says that you do not recognize the danger that you're in. This person doesn't realize, because they're blinded basically by the witchcraft that they've done. They don't realize the danger that they're in and how close to ruin they are. It says that they are close to ruin with crazy decisions, reckless actions, and foolish choices. Their ideas were not sound, and their ideas lead to a catastrophe. Pretty much. And then we have the King of Cups, okay, which is a nurturer, somebody that's very balanced between head and heart and is a very wise person. And then we have, and so again, she wants to be with this King of Cups. We had the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This person is like faking it till they make it, you know, that's what they've been trying to do. And they don't realize that the amount of money that they're losing, because they lost this King of Pentacles energy, they don't have him anymore to pull from. This person is looking for a new power source because they're losing finances. They're losing everything that God had supported them with. It says, avoid a new venture at this time. It's very tempting. And this is like what this Ace of Pentacles in the reverse means. It's very tempting, but doomed to failure because of money. This person, whatever they were trying to do to you, is failed due to the lack of money and the lack of resources, and because they spent so much time and energy and money on spell work. It says that they're not being practical. Attempting to do everything yourself is what stands in your way. This person wanted to play God in your life, but they're not God. They're God in their own life. And they're not even helping themselves. It says, learn to trust in the expertise and experience of others. Examine and recognize others' priorities. This person needs to learn from a therapist or a doctor or a counselor of some type. And it's not your job to counsel this person. You couldn't counsel somebody that's got the spirit of jealousy and envy. You know what I mean? I love that you listen to Neville Goddard. That's awesome. The Six of Cups. See, like, you have followed your own divine path, and it's led you to happiness. We have a child and then memories. This is like going down memory lane. I also feel like you guys are very protective of the children that you have and of the pets that you have, because even this dog is a puppy in the upper picture, and the bottom picture, it's two adults. So this is happy memories. Continue to focus on the happy memories that you have, because that's going to be what keeps your vibration high. Know that this person doesn't have the money to pay people off in the justice system anymore and to keep coming for you. And whoever's been assisting this person in the justice system get away with crimes and try to frame you, they're being fired. So they don't have that. The moon, what they were doing up under the moon, they're having a great fall for that. They're being freaking fired, straight up fired. They were doing some type of moon magic, trying to mess with your money, and all it did was put this person in financial constraint. God will not allow the righteous to be shaken. The Most High will not allow you to be penniless, okay? That's just not your destiny. The Hermit, because you're over here doing the right thing with the Hermit. Literally, the hermit is somebody that goes within and finds the answers to their own problems, and somebody that works on themselves and is being guided by a higher light. This Ace of Wands energy is also your energy. It's that fiery passion that you have to keep moving forward. Somebody is like, how are they so strong? How are they so passionate? Why are they still like loving their life? Because you're still loving your life. Look at this, 7 of Cups in the reverse. This person is so delusional. We're going to read that. Okay, the 7 of Cups in the upright talks about delusion and illusions and somebody that's painting some type of picture. This picture that they were trying to paint about you has been completely rejected. It's like completely rejected by the universe and completely rejected by other people, because it doesn't make any sense. When people come to look at your energy or to see you or to even look at what this person's talking about, I just heard whistling right now. They're literally being like, what in the hell is this person talking about? Why was there so much illusion around collective and collective situation? Well, there was a lot of illusion because you had somebody else that was working against you and that would never tell you. They would smile right in your face. That's why you were guided to cut this person off. And thank God that you did, because they would have tried to destroy you had you not cut them off. The 7 of Cups in the reverse says that they're dealing with life on an extremely superficial level. With the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, this person was living out of their means. They were leeching off of this King of Pentacles and not providing. This person doesn't want to work. They don't want to have a job. They don't want to contribute to society or even help themselves. So obviously that it just shows that this person, as it says there is lack of action. This person did not act when it was necessary. Disappointment over relationships that do not work. This person is so disappointed that she can't have this King of Pentacles money anymore. It says that this person is deceiving themselves. Possible bad decisions. Consider your motives carefully. Take initiative, follow up. Action is necessary for a positive outcome. So this person needs to do they need to do some type of action. I think if the judge orders them to go into the mental institution for a time, they should do that, because this person would benefit from being medicated. The 8 of Cups, literally, they need to walk away. They need to walk away from trying to hurt and harm you, and they need to walk away from this masculine energy. In fact, this woman needs to stop sleeping with all of these men. This is one reason why her energy is so messed up. I bet she's got Jezebel deeply embedded within her. The 5 of Pentacles, she's facing homelessness and poverty, lack and scarcity. This person is having to walk away from trying to make you impoverished. You will never be in poverty. Mark my words, that will never be your fate. This person is losing they can't pay their mortgage without this masculine energy. They're losing support. This is also not this man's baby. This woman was trying to do witchcraft on a DNA test that is basically solid. And this person could have walked away from her, finding out that this child that she was saying was his is not his baby, that she was messing with all of these other masculine energies. In fact, this woman doesn't know who the father of this baby is, and she could even be pregnant right now. The 8 of Pentacles, literally, this is all because of what you do for work. This person is pissed. They're pissed that you use the moon cycle to regulate your emotions. They're pissed about a lot of stuff that you do for work. They're pissed that you're exposing them in some type of way. You naturally expose this person. That's funny to me. The 3 of Swords, they're completely heartbroken and shattered that this man doesn't want to be with them anymore. But they did this to themselves. They literally tore their own heart apart by trying to compete with you in your life and trying to match your life. You know, the 7 of Pentacles, literally. This person was trying to make a major turning point in your finances so that you would be emotionally abandoned by this masculine and you would be heartbroken forever and broke. And this person was trying to tip the scales of justice so that they would come out evenly balanced and you would be in a deficit, and it's a no. This is a major turning point in their finances. They're the ones that are going into poverty. This person could have had money their entire life, or could have been taken care of almost their entire life, and they spent all their money on witchcraft. Instead of saving it, they spent money on magic to do to you. And you're too strong. You're just too strong for this person. Emotionally, mentally, physically, what you do for work is too strong, and it reaches too many people, and it's too positive for this person to be able to do anything about that. A Page of Swords. They are definitely trying to spy on you through doing spells, through doing witchcraft, through sending gnats and shit like that. They want to spy. They want to know. They want to know what you're doing, what you're going through, how you feel, what you're wearing, all that type of shit. This person is obsessed. The Three of Wands. They see you over here planning a happy future and then following your dreams and living your life in the moment. And they feel like that they're not allowed to do that because they don't have a source of income. This person's like, well, I wasn't gifted. Why should they be gifted? They're a spoiled brat. This person's been spoiled their entire life, and God is done with this energy. God is like, no, it's time for this person to wake up and start taking responsibility for themselves. Temperance. You have Archangel Michael sitting over here, like, is like, Archangel Michael's like, I wish a bitch would try. Like, just try it. You've got so much temperance. You can balance your energy so well that you actually flourish and thrive. The Two of Wands. What you're dreaming on, your visions will come to reality, and you will follow them. This person wanted your downloads so bad, but like I said, even if they got the downloads that are meant for you, that it would not be relevant to this person's life, so it wouldn't help them, and this person wouldn't be able to understand them. They would completely make assumptions, and they did not. They knew that you were the high priestess, but they didn't know that you were the empress, that you're birthing an entire new world here that they're not invited to live on. And when I keep talking about you guys having a spiritual birth, this is what I'm talking about, giving birth to new earth. That rhymed. I feel like this person has a lot of other masculine energies that they draw from, but they were banking on this one divine masculine, and they're not going to have that. There's definitely a King of Swords that's coming in, that's watching this person and is making sure that this person doesn't move towards you on the physical realm. They're going to put some type of stipulation in place that this crazy female cannot be within a certain radius of where you live, because she wants to have the same things in life that you do. She wants to live by you and everything. Four of Pentacles. She wants your stability, basically, but without having to do anything for it. She also wants your connection to the divine. It's a no. This person needs to develop their own connection. You're still going to be a Nine of Pentacles energy and a Ten of Pentacles energy. I'm going to read the Four of Pentacles because I think it's relevant. It's kind of like the energy of building a foundation and having stability. And I don't know. I see it as being a foundation to something, having stability. I also see it as being like the four archangels in the four directions. Where are you? Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles. So all about your inheritance, like what you get from God. It says an inheritance, gift, or large sum of money leads to arguments, possessiveness, and selfishness. That's because this person's trying to argue about your gifts and abilities. And it says it's foolish to try to control others' actions or the situations around you. Resistance to change is affecting your judgment. A contract is signed or agreement is reached. You will be in a position of authority. This person knows that you're going to be in a position of authority, and that whatever this contract is, that it will be fulfilled. And that's why you're a Nine of Pentacles. So this person's like, why? See, they sacrifice themselves with the Hangman. This person did this to themselves. The moment that they tried to blame you for the reason that their life is cursed because they do curses. They curse other people, so that's why they're cursed. It has nothing to do with you, Mister. You're over here being a light worker and a healer and a inspiration to other people. And this person has misinterpreted that just because they're a witch doesn't mean that you are a witch. Yeah, they definitely are addicted to having sex with all of these men. Like, I'm just keep picking up on that. The Four of Wands. This person wants to celebrate and wants to complete projects and get rewards for stuff that they have no part in. And you're over here completing projects, celebrating, and getting rewards. The Star. Because you're the star. This is why the people want to watch you. So if you've ever wondered, why is it that people want to watch me? Why do they spy on me and all that? It's because you are the star. You're connected to the star. And I do feel like this woman is pissed off because you're getting public fame and notoriety or recognition for something. The Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you're being seen, in a different light. This person definitely was working with a younger energy. They feel like you've passed your gift, your star trait and your gifts and abilities down to your children, and that this person doesn't want you leaving a legacy. But literally, the Emperor, you are the Emperor energy, and also an Emperor is coming in. I do feel like this person knows that you're a Nine of Pentacles naturally, and this person is a Five of Pentacles naturally. Their natural state of existence is not natural. It's a impoverished energy. This person feels like you spend so much money and that's all you do. I don't think that's what you do. I feel like you're a magician and you get your needs met magically. This person's just upset about that. They're in the Four of Cups, dissatisfied with what God gave them. But God gave this person a whole life, a whole body to live in, a whole family, all this shit. In fact, God gave this person lots of things that you were never given. The things that you had to create on your own with this magician ability, like your own family, like your own guidance, like the people that are there for you. But you've always stayed in the sun. Where this person retreats to the darkness up under the moon, you've stayed in the sun. That's why you're successful. You're in the Six of Wands, success, victory, public fame, recognition, and being a star, turning into a star. This person's just really bent out of shape about that. They feel like they should be the one that's world renowned. They should be the one that's delivering messages. This person wouldn't understand the messages if they came to them. The Three of Cups. You're over here receiving a harvest and abundance with other people, and you're assisting the world. This is part of your destiny. The Chariot energy is coming for this person. They need to be real careful with what they do with their energy at this time, because this Chariot police energy is coming very fast to this karmic. And I feel like this karmic has made some type of crazy decision to come towards you in the physical realm, and this Chariot energy is going to intercede on your behalf and stop this person from coming near you. They're really just trying to bring a Five of Wands, a battle, an argument, and a dispute to you. And again, that's why this court case or whatever this has to do with is being closed out, because people see this person as being argumentative and a problem. You're still going to be in the Ten of Pentacles, having a home, having a job, having money, having a family, and being successful. And then I'm also seeing Metatron's cube at the center of that, or maybe that's the Tree of Life. The Nine of Wands. Like, literally, you've had to defend yourself from this person, and I feel like you've successfully done so. You've successfully returned their energy back to them without having to do any witchcraft. Like, just by listening to binaural beats, the Solfuego frequency, by cleansing your energy, doing spiritual baths, whatever it is, your spiritual regimen is actually working very well. And it's going, like I said, Archangel Michael, the Temperance came out. It's going to keep this person out of your energy. You are getting a love offer from the universe, and you are uniting with a soul contract, and love is coming in. That's indefinite. This Knight of Swords energy, I feel like somebody is chasing after this karmic. Let them chase. And then we have the Four of Swords. This person is extremely broken and wounded. We're going to look at the Four of Swords in this and see what it says. But I'm getting that they're extremely broken and wounded. And the Four of Swords is kind of like an ending to a fight or it's the ending of a fight or a personal battle with somebody, because this person was warring with you in the spirit. The Four of Swords. A personal battle has ended. Truce or break in the fighting. Because this person is going to a mental institution or jail, they won't be able to have the time and energy and resources to focus on you. It says that they let their guard down, peace and quiet fall at stress. Yeah, you're alone with your own thoughts, stockpile resources, and mentally prepare for the next battle. This is just one battle in a long war. This person didn't realize that by coming up against you, they were coming up against the universe, and the universe is not done teaching them a lesson yet, because they still are trying to project their guilt and their responsibility onto others instead of just accepting their karma, dealing with it like everybody else accepts their karma, and processing it, taking a spiritual bath, going to a hot spring, soaking, praying, fasting. This person doesn't want to do any of that. They don't. Everything that you need to do to be divine and to tap into the divine, this person doesn't want to do, because they would rather do witchcraft. And witchcraft, there's no amount of witchcraft. There's no spell book that you can find. There's no religion, no Wiccanism. I don't care what people are talking about. You cannot get spiritual abilities and gifts that come from God and come from the ancestors through a fucking book. I don't care what the book is, even if the book is the Bible, okay? Which, again, to me, I consider the Bible to be literature, not whatever the fuck other people think it is. But I'm just saying that, this person is way out of balance. They're not seeing things from a clear perspective, and they're trying to limit your ability to express yourself. And that's just going to work against them, because if you have something that you need to say to other people, or a message to give out, or a download, or a body of writing, you're going to complete that. Like, you will complete your divine life purpose. I don't know why somebody is this obsessed about it, but I feel like it just has to do with the fact that a man or a woman wants to be with you, and they don't want to be with this other person. And so they're like, what can I do to become this other person? There's nothing that this female can do to be you. It's just not going to happen. Why somebody would want to be somebody else is totally insane to me. All right, we're going to do a couple of the kitty cards. I love these. They're just positive. So that if this energy were to come up if this person were to come up in your energy again, because again, they don't have the same resources that they used to have, but they still want to try. So if that were to happen, you need to remember that you've got this. You know what's going on. You know that there's somebody that's upset. You were born to be awesome, so don't change yourself. Don't dim your light for anybody else. That's the worst thing that you could do, is try to dim your light because somebody else is uncomfortable. People need to feel uncomfortable so that they can look at themselves and make a change. If we were all just sitting in bliss 24 hours a day, all of the time, which I would love that for everybody, but let's be realistic. The human experience has both polarities. If we were just sitting in bliss, we would not be guided to move in the way that we need to and grow and evolve. We would just kind of be content with where we're at. And where we're at is not where we're going to be, not where we're meant to be, at least not yet. We're still in transition to that. That's why looking at where your south node and your north node is in your birth chart is really important, because witches do obsess over people. And when they do spells on people, it makes them obsess. And so then they'll basically be obsessing over stuff in your birth chart that you don't know about. And they'll attack you in different types of ways. But again, you guys are so strong. You guys are so strong. You've got this. The quiz, and this is going to be part of your testimony as well. The question isn't who's going to let you, it's who's going to stop you. This karmic can't do anything. They can't even take care of themselves. They literally need and I'm not making fun of anybody that can't take care of themselves, but they literally need to go into a mental institution for a little while until somebody can create a rehab that rehabs people from black magic. It says, stay curious and learn something new today. You're definitely always learning and growing. And where this person feels like they know everything, that's what's blocking them. It does not matter how slowly you go, just as long as you don't stop. Nobody has the power to control your reality. Only you do. Well, I guess God does, but God gave you the free will to control your own, to create your own reality with your thoughts and your beliefs. So God's not going to intervene unless it's an absolute must. Like there are certain times that people almost get into car accidents and God intervenes. You know what I mean? I love these cards. They're so cute. Every day is a fresh start. Think of that. Every day is a fresh start, because literally all you can expect of yourself is or even ask of yourself is to be a little bit better version today than you were yesterday, and to continue to grow and thrive. And so, yeah, I really love that. It says, take a breath and realize just how cool you really are. You are cool. Trust me, if you were not cool, then you wouldn't have somebody trying to be you or trying to get to your destiny. If you know, yeah, God saved your life. Yeah. And your dog from a car in the backyard before. Exactly. Yeah, wherever you go with your whole heart. When you put your all into whatever you do, you get the best results. Yeah, you got out of the way with the dog reflexes. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's amazing. You rock. It's okay to be confident in yourself. That whole wake up and be fabulous. So there is a lot about waking up here. Each and every day is a fresh start. You can do anything that you set your mind to. Truly, you can. The only thing that will limit you is yourself and your thoughts and beliefs. That's why becoming conscious and aware of what you're thinking will really help you to shape a new reality. Says no one is you, and that is your superpower. You are unique. No one can be you. Even if they try to impersonate you, they can't be you. A little encouragement goes a long way. Don't forget to encourage yourselves as you move through life. Be sure to take time for yourself today. You deserve it. And do things that you love. Do things that make you happy. Watching absolutely fabulous TV and movie yesterday. Good. I'm glad that you guys are living your life and being happy. I am worthy of a long-term and loving companion. Look at that with the dog and the cat. Yes, you are. Let's do one more. Don't forget to be amazing. See, I feel like sometimes we forget how awesome we really are because we're always seeing how other people view us. But if we were able to see, and we are able to tap into this, to see the way that the divine sees us, we would love ourselves with a whole new light. It would be completely different. And so the more that you can switch into your higher self and start viewing your life from that, you're going to see that you have more to offer than what this world even is asking for. Okay, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys for being here with me. If you were new, please like this video. Even if you're not new, please like this video. It helps me know that the messages are resonating and everything. And make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you're notified of every time that I go live, okay? Know that God loves you. Know that I love you. You don't want to miss out on the messages that Spirit has for you. Have a beautiful day. Go do something fun. Give to yourself and know that you're loved, okay? All right. I'll see you in the next reading, you guys. Peace be with you. Bye.